Hello and a very warm welcome. Valtteri Bottas wins the Turkish Grand Prix with an utterly dominant drive on intermediates and his first win of 2021. It was in doubt whether Bottas would win another race in Formula 1. He's proved the doubters wrong and he wins in Turkey with a sensational drive. And to top it all off, he sets the fastest lap. On the last lap, Max finishes second and his teammate Sergio Perez is third, and Max leads the championship again by 6 points. Yeah, Bottas, impressive. A guy who's not that spectacular in the wet, and he's dominated the race. I would say a disappointing day for Max. Max is a guy who he would have woke up this morning, seen the track wet. You're thinking a Grand Prix win. He only got second. I mean, he extends his lead in the title, but I would have expected Max to win this race. I thought he had quite a uneventful race. So we start the race on intermediates, and the start was quite clean, but a bit chaotic. We saw Gasly. Now, Gasly got a 5-second penalty for spinning Alonso, which was very harsh, given Gasly was sandwiched. Alonso spins a disaster for him as he was in a great position. And then Alonso spins Mick Schumacher and receives a 5-second penalty. Carlos Sainz was on fire, started at the back of the grid, was overtaking everyone. Yuki Tsunoda running in the points, and then he has a spin. Very disappointing for Yuki. Big mistake again. Nikita Mazepin blocks Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton's trying to lap Mazepin through the fast kink, and Mazepin just holds him up. Like, what is he doing? Shocking. Then we saw a pretty epic battle between Perez and Lewis. Lewis very aggressive as he squeezed Perez in the pit lane. Perez was having none of it and got back past. Sebastian Vettel then, what's going through his mind? He goes on dry tyres. Went off about 50 times. Came back in, put inters on. And then a key decision at the end of the race. Some people was going to gamble and stay out and do the full race on one set. Hamilton was told to pit. He overruled the team. And then a couple of laps later, they pitted. And Lewis was very angry on the radio. He said they should have stayed out. The only man to stay out was Esteban Ocon. Turkey race reaction. Bottas finally wins in 2021. It's took him 16 rounds, but he's finally won a race in 2021. Fastest lap, Valtteri Bottas on the last lap. Star of the race, Valtteri Bottas. Race rating, I give it 5. It was an average race. It really was. We saw quite a lot of overtaking, but it was not a classic by any stretch of the imagination. It was a decent race, not a classic. So, P1 Valtteri Bottas, a dominant drive, good start, no mistakes, dominated the race, complete control, never looked like losing the lead. Wow, what a performance. And then sets the fastest lap on the last lap. P2 Max extends his championship lead to 6 points, but an uneventful day for the Dutchman. You see intermediates, you think Max has got this in the bag. Red Bull struggled for pace massively, really. I'm disappointed with Max today. I say it how I see it. Of course, he extends his lead, but intermediates, a special talent, Max. I would expect him to at least challenge Bottas. He got nowhere near him. P3, Sergio Perez. We saw a great defence by Sergio Perez on Lewis. Good points for Red Bull as a team for the constructors. P4, probably star of the weekend, Charles Leclerc. He gambled, he tried to stay out, and then he pitted. He lost a lot of positions. Hamilton, P5. Not that much progress from P9. Was looking good, was in the podium places, and then he pitted, and he's lost a lot of points in the title. P6, Pierre Gasly, Mr. Consistent. Wow. P7, Norris, pretty uneventful race. P8, probably another star of the race, Sainz. He was passing everyone. It was like he was on a different circuit. P9, Lance Stroll. Always drives well in the wet. P10, Esteban Ocon. The only driver to gamble and didn't do a pit stop the whole race. And it paid off because he got a point. P11, Antonio Giovinazzi. P12, Kimi Räikkönen. Them two have had a tough weekend. 13th, Daniel Ricciardo. Awful. Ricciardo, confidence after Monza. And then, wow, back to the Ricciardo at the start of the season. P14, Yuki Tsunoda. Big mistake on his behalf. It's very frustrating for Yuki because he was having a great weekend in the points. And then his mistake. P15, George. P16, Alonso, taken out by Gasly. But it wasn't Gasly's fault. He was sandwiched. His race was over. Then he got a 5-second penalty for hitting Mick. 17th, Latifi. Awful. 18th, Vettel. Going on dry tyres really cost him. 19th, Mick Schumacher, who's had a sensational weekend, but got taken out by Alonso. 20th and last, Mazepin. Join me for driver ratings tomorrow. Bottas with a dominant drive at Istanbul. Wow. Wow, 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 Valtteri. How about that?